Ciao comrades! If you are in the market for a sleek, city-friendly e-bike on the budget, Fafrees F28 Pro might be already on your radar. But is it really the perfect blend of comfort, power and value, or just another pretty frame with average performance? I've been riding it for about a month on the road, on the fields, in the forest. I've tested battery life, I've unlocked the maximum speed, I've tested every single feature, and in this video we are going through all of it. Let's get cracking! First, why did I pick this exact model? I've chosen this one because I was intrigued by the slim tires and elegant step-through frame with really nicely integrated battery. This e-bike was provided to me for a purpose of a review, huge thanks to the company, but as usual all opinions are my own, they have no input in this video. There are things that I don't like about it, like with every product there are pros and cons. So let's start with the pros. The frame. I like it. This design is nice, battery goes fully inside, the only sign of it being e-bike is that the frame is really thick. The welding looks of a good quality, it's made out of aluminium alloy. This kind of shape is useful especially for women or for older people. You just need to step through it, you don't need to step over it, and you can set off straight away. The e-bike weighs around 25 kilograms with all the included accessories, which is right around what you would expect from this kind of setup. Not too heavy but not too light either. The battery hides in the frame, you can unlock it with a key and take it out. You cannot take it out without the key, so nobody can steal it. The capacity of the battery is 522 watt-hours. The charging time is at least 6 hours, which is quite a long time for this kind of capacity. There is a 250 watt motor situated in the rear wheel. Max torque is 45 Newton meters. The motor is quiet, I like it, there is not much noise coming out of it. There is a 5 pedal assist modes available. You can change them with the buttons on the left side of the handlebars. The speed by default is locked to 25 km per hour. This is based on the legislation, but it can be unlocked to the maximum speed of 32 km per hour. When you unlock it, the throttle will also be working and you can drive fully electric if you wish to do so. The throttle was mounted on the handlebars straight out of box. The bike came in the big box, fully protected. There was a gift box included with tools, braking pads, in a bike tube and some smaller accessories. We have just unwrapped it, put the handlebars on, put the front wheel on, put the pedals on. We have tightened everything up and mounted the LCD as a last step. The build was fairly quick, there were some issues with the disc brakes that were making quite a bit noise, but we fixed it after watching some YouTube tutorials. So let's talk about the range. The battery is not as big, it is 522 watt-hours, and I was able to hit with it around 55 to 60 kilometers. I rode through different kinds of environments, uphills, downhills. I weigh around 85 kilograms. I went to the lake nearby, the distance was around 28 kilometers. Then I did some jumps, I drank coffee, I ate apricots and went back. That was almost like 60 kilometers. If you would drive it primarily on flat, smooth roads, you might be able to get even further. I was riding everywhere cause flat roads are a bit boring for me, so I wanted a bit more variety and nature. It has 27.5 inch wheels with 1.75 inch thick tires. And this kind of slim wheels are ideal for roads. If you pump them up properly, really strong, there is not much resistance, even when you drive with your motor switched off. You can still drive like this pretty okay, just not uphill. Then you surely need the engine on, cause going uphill is much harder. There is a front suspension fork, it's a spring one without the brand. It feels cheap, but it does its job, and I wasn't able to hit the bottom when I put my full weight into it. There is also a lock function to lock the spring mechanism, then it acts like a normal non-suspension fork. You can see the bike dimensions on the screen right now. I'm about 185 centimeters tall and it did fit me about okay. There is also this multi-angle stem You can get the handlebars very upright with it or put it really forward. At first it seemed useful to have more options, but now after a month of using, it is quite loose. It just cannot be tightened properly. You can feel it is moving a little bit, especially if you would want to lift your front wheel or something. This is certainly not a good thing. I would prefer to have it solid. No options, but at least it wouldn't be able to get loose. The bike has Shimano Tourney transmission with 7 speeds, and there is a basic Shimano gear shifter on the right side of the handlebars. It works, but it is also very basic and it takes some getting used to. On the right side is also the throttle, and on the left side is bell with 3 buttons, plus, minus and power on/off. In the middle of the handlebars is the LCD display. It is big, but it's also very basic, and you can only see your actual speed, battery indicator, pedal assist mode and a trip. If you wanna see odo or any other information, you need to install the application on your phone and connect it to the e-bike. It is a generic application not made by this company, so don't expect any miracles. It has front light and rear and brake lights. You can switch it on by holding plus button, and if you hold minus button you get into this walk assist mode that is used for pushing the bike uphill. And I did push it uphill. It can climb some hills, but the motor is not super powerful. Don't expect it to climb super steep hills, but the asphalt road hills approached with a speed not from standing should be conquered fairly easily. It has mechanical disc brakes. They are quite weak, especially rear one, at least on my model. I was trying to make it brake better, harder. I was adjusting the spinning wheel on the handlebars, but it had no effect. It has quite a long braking distance. Even when you go slower, you can't even skid. It takes like 2 meters to stop. I'm sure it can be adjusted with moving the wire, but brakes are important and it should brake properly straight out of box in my opinion. It has 7 speeds and it is enough when you only want to go up to 25 km per hour. The engine is a type that it cuts off when you reach the set speed. So for example, if you reach 25, it will cut off, unless you unlock it. Then the engine will cut off at 32 km per hour. But then I found out that the gears are not really sufficient. When I wanted to go 32 and pedal, I really had to, pedal fast. I could still just spin the pedals without actually pedaling, or push the throttle and go forwards, but I don't like to do it, so I just wasn't using the 32 kilometers option. I was only using the pedal assist mode 4, which is up to 28 kilometers per hour, after unlock of course. You can unlock it very simple by holding plus and minus at the same time and changing the option in the setting, or you can also change it in the application on your phone. Front and rear fenders as well as rear racking are included in the box too. Now what about the price? Right now it is 960 euros, plus they are offering 10% discount, which makes it right around 840 euros. So let's sum it up, the pros. Sleek design is certainly a pro, as well as a quiet motor. The throttle is handy too, and I'm giving some bonus points for easy unlocking method. Plus it's also relatively cheap. Now the cons. Weak brakes, weak adjustable stem. Then for me the gears were not ideal. It would be better for me if they would make the front gear wheel larger. It is too small in my opinion. Then even at faster speeds I would be able to pedal normally. The battery indicator is also kinda weird. I don't know how exactly it works, but sometimes even after 20 kilometers I had 3 bars down, 2 left, which is insane after 20 kilometers. And this was usually happening when I was going uphill. To me it seemed like it somehow was calculating it depending on the actual usage. Like when you're going uphill it takes the bar down, but then when I was going back on the flat surface it was adding the 1 bar back up. It was a bit confusing, I didn't like it. I would prefer it to show overall capacity that is left, not that it recalculates it based on the usage or whatever else it is doing with it. So what's the verdict like? It is an okay budget city e-bike, but clearly it all depends what you are looking for. I've tried it and I personally wouldn't buy it, because when I compare it to another cheap e-bike that my dad is using, Duot's C29, that one is selling for pretty much same price, but it has much more powerful motor, so it goes faster, and it has also bigger battery, so it goes further. It doesn't have elegant step-through design, but for me and my needs, it's more than suitable. That would be it for this video. If it helped you, give it a thumbs up, comment, share, subscribe, join, whatever your heart craves for. Huge thanks to all of my Patreons and channel members for their continued support. And huge thanks to you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.